Hello YouTube, this is Amisbro. How are we doing today? So today is January 5th, 2018, and we're about to go through a game review. The game in question is called Energy Invasion. However, I must put out this disclaimer. The game is not available yet. I will give you the exact release date in the actual review. I was given this game for review purposes by the publisher of said game, and so therefore obviously it's not out yet, and I got to play it ahead of the release of the street date. I am not being paid for my opinion. However, the opinion you're about to hear is mine and mine alone. So with that in mind, let us get on with the review for the game Energy Invasion, brought to us by Sometimes You Games. Ready? Let's go. So what is Energy Invasion? Well, it is a game which literally follows the Energy series of games. There was, I believe, Energy Balance, Energy Cycle, and now this game. So what exactly is this game? Have you ever played Breakout? I'm sure you have. Have you ever played a game like, say, Smash TV? Most of you probably have. Well, you kind of got both of those melded into this game. But how does it actually play? That is the question. Here's your answer. So let's get on with the meat of it, which is the three different modes, because there's three different modes to the game, and in many respects you could say three different trophy sets. There is the Invasion mode, which is 25 levels, a mode called Linear mode, I'll explain what that is in a second, that's also 25 levels, and the Endless mode, which can go for as long as you want it to. There's a set number of trophies for each one. Okay? Now, and I will put this disclaimer out here also. There is a Platinum trophy for those of you who are trophy hunters. I, at the time of this review, have all but 2 of the trophies. And they are from the Linear mode, which again I will explain in detail as we go through each one of them. But first I have to explain the control scheme. So the control scheme goes like this. The left stick on the PS4. Now, I use the PS4 version, just so we're clear. I played the PS4 version. This game will be available for Steam, PlayStation 4, Switch, and the Vita. So 4 different consoles. If you're playing it on the PC, however, it will also be available on PC, Mac, and Linux. Okay? That's something important to think about. So you're not SOL because it's not exclusive to one console. It's going to be on everything, pretty much. Since I played the PS4 version, that's the version I'm going to be discussing as far as control scheme and so forth. So you're using the left and right sticks. The left stick moves your paddle, and the right stick fires it. When you fire the ball, you're probably thinking, well, if I fire the ball, it's going to hit the bricks and it's going to break them. Not the way this game works. Remember when I said it was part twin stick shooter? Yeah. While the ball is in the air, you use the right stick to maneuver the ball in 8 directions. Up, down, left, right, and the diagonals. That's important because you're going to have to do that to be able to hit some of the bricks in the game. Now, we need to talk about the bricks because they can be nasty. This applies, by the way, to all game modes. So, there's normal bricks where if you hit them with one missile, they're done. They're dead. Fine. Done. However, through the course of the game, you will find more that have balls in them. Each ball means you have to hit it one more time than you did before, and those bricks change color. There can also be a ball added to that brick if you die in the level. That's something else to consider. Now, the way you die in the level is if the ball goes past the bottom of the playing field, which, trust me, happened to me more times than I care to remember. However, you can also have the game end another way, and that is if in linear mode the screen or the bricks touch the bottom. What do I mean? I'll get to that in a second. The first mode, which is invasion mode, you're going to go through 25 levels, and you have to smash each one of the bricks, obviously. Now these bricks won't move, okay? They're static. So when you're hitting them, you're not really under any pressure, save for the, I don't know, the problem of the ball possibly just going. And there's different types of power-ups that you can use in order to make your job easier. But there's also ones that can make your job harder, and those suck. But here's one of the things about the game that kind of doesn't work for your favor. See, usually when you play a breakout game, even if it's a game like, say, I don't know, Shatter, which was on, I think, the PS3, or if you play traditional Breakout or Orknoid, you usually can see the power-up that's coming down from a capsule to know if you want to collect it or not. You don't do that in this game. When you break a brick, so say you hit one brick, you might see a glowing thing behind it. Cool! Well, what was the power-up? It doesn't really tell you. You're just going to have to guess or see the visual. In other words, you can sometimes get it where there's a bunch of different balls stuck on the screen, and then you can hit them and they can do different things. You can get a multi-ball. You can get your paddle extended. You can also get extra lives. There's actually a trophy for that. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, the trophy, when it gives a description, it actually talks about health packs. I'm assuming that they're trying to tell you that basically the lives are more or less your health. Here's what's weird about that, though. When you get a extra man, or extra health, as a term we'll use, the set amount you get, well, that's a bit odd. See, you can get one extra man, or 3. I think I even got 4 once. There's no set number. But that's where it gets weird with not having the visible power-ups come down from the screen. Because you see, without that ability, you don't know whether or not you want it, or you don't want it. And they do say there's power-ups in the game that can help you or hurt you. The problem is that they can almost all hurt you if you don't know what you got. And that's a big problem. One other problem, and we can call it this, is this. And this is more or less a graphical thing. When they developed the game, they decided to call each level a layer. Well, that's not a problem. But when they put the text to come onto the screen, it comes in so slow, you assume it's a frame rate issue. It may or may not be. I don't know why they made the text so big that when it comes on the screen, it's like this. And I was like, huh? Now keep in mind, right? I started playing this game at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I finally, tapped out on it, doing the linear mode, so I'm missing 2 of the trophies. But just seeing that is like so, ugh. And then, there's one of my favorite, quote-unquote, things to ever see happen in a game. So, there's this one thing that can happen in the game where your your ball is shooting missiles and you're trying to hit all the bricks and everything, and then the screen goes black. Just black. It looks like a vortex or a black hole. That's not a problem. Except when you come out of it, all the missiles you're firing to try and get the bricks out, well, they're vapor. So now you have to do it all over again. This wouldn't be a problem if you weren't against the clock in one mode. Because that's already bad enough. Now, you've got this. And one power-up can actually really hurt you, which is one that is supposed to keep the ball from hitting the bottom of the screen to be able to cost you a life. Just one problem. Because you don't know what brick is going to give you what power-up, you could hit it, and next thing you know, the ball is stuck on the bottom with the paddle. Anybody else see the issue here, or is it just me? Now, I do apologize for not having actual footage for this. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a capture device, so I'm trying to explain this to you with my own form of visual. You understand what I'm saying? And I also apologize to the developer. But this becomes such an issue because it's happened to me more than one time, where randomly you get a power-up, but it's the barrier and you're stuck on the bottom. Now, did the developer not think that, oh my god, that might actually be something that shouldn't happen? I don't know. Then again, I was the one who foolishly thought that when I was playing the linear mode, that, when I had 12 lives and I said game over, I was trying to figure out why that happened. Well, I forgot that in linear mode, the bricks actually move to the bottom. Oops. That was my bad. That's not a developer problem. I thought it was a glitch originally, and I mentioned that on Twitter. I found out it's not. I figured out that it wasn't, and I forgot what mode I was playing. It happens. So, to that one, I apologize to the developer ahead of time because I was on Twitter late. Can somebody please explain to me the glitch that goes on in this game? And I remembered, oh wait a minute, wrong mode. I do like the music that they used in the game. The music, I believe, is from an independent developer, or an independent musician. My whole thing was, though, after a while, I turned it off and I had something playing in the background. I'm not saying the music wasn't good, but I needed to hear something else, because after I was playing that game for a while, I was like, okay, I need to hear something else or I'm just going to go crazy. How I didn't is beyond me. Now, once I understood the controls of the game, being able to clear levels wasn't really the problem. The problem came with some of the power-ups because, again, you don't know what one you're getting. There's no visible capsule that says this capsule goes to this power-up. Anyone who's played Arkanoid, or even Shatter, knows that you typically would have the ability, again, to see what the capsule is, so you'll know if it's going to help you or hurt you. Now the power-ups are standard, like extending your paddle, the thing that can keep the ball on the playing field, hopefully, if it's not already on the bottom, as I've already established. Extra lives for another, and you can get a sick number of extra lives. I think at one point I had 20-something. But those don't mean a hill of beans when you get to the linear mode. See, the invasion mode, like I said, it's just 25 levels of a random pattern. That's fine. Linear mode is a completely different one. Think Space Invaders, except here's the idea. You're trying to keep bricks from hitting the bottom of the screen. And that one can be a pain in the neck. Especially if you have one of those screens with the blinking black background, as I like to call it. That can be a problem. And it's not like there's a power-up that can shove the bricks back up to give you extra time to try and, catch your breath. The first I've made so far is level, I believe, 17 or 18. I have yet to beat that mode. And it's the only 2 trophies I'm missing, or I'd have the platinum. The endless mode, which is the other mode, which is the third mode in the game, is what it is what it says it is. Except to get all the trophies in that one, you're playing 30 levels, not 25. Once you play 30th, you can split. Now here's the good news. Yes, this game, as I've already mentioned, has a platinum trophy. And it's $3, so it's not going to kill your wallet. The question is going to be, for you, do you want to play this game? Well, here's the thing. See, I don't do a number grade. I do, very simply, should you pass on it? Should you get it? Or is it your flavor? A game like this could appeal to everybody. So I would normally say everybody should run out and get it. However, because of the idea of the shooting mechanic and trying to literally do 2 things at once and multitask, it may or may not frustrate a player enough to not get the platinum. You may rage quit the game before that happens, unfortunately. Which would be a shame, because the game is actually a very interesting concept. I love games like this. What was the game? Back on the PS3, I played a game called Hyperboloid DX. And I had completed the game just about, I think I missed like 1 trophy, but the thing was, it was like a DLC pack and you couldn't get it. So I love these types of games. And I also love games, like, and this isn't that type of game technically, but I love also a game like Zuma or Luxor, which, yes, they're 2 different types of games, so they don't involve brick breaking, but I love these types of games. But I also love it when you're not sitting there trying to get comfortable with the controls, you already know the controls. That, I think, was part of my frustration at the beginning, and I said to myself, well, if I review this game, I'm going to give it a scathing review. Now that I've already played it, the good news is I got used to the controls. But like I said, that may deter people. The game comes out on the 11th of this month, which I believe, yep, it's a Thursday. Thursday the 11th, and it will be $3. Now, it's only $3, but it's up to you. Do you want to get it, or don't you? I'm going to say, if brick-breaking games with a hybrid of some kind is your flavor, please go get it and support the developer. Otherwise, you might want to just say, hold off. It's like I said, it's one of those in the middle games, which I hate reviewing, but this is it's an interesting one, and I liked it, but it'll be up to you. The game comes out on the 11th of this month. It'll be $3. It is available, as I've already mentioned, on Steam. It will be available, on Steam, PlayStation 4, Wii, and Vita. I think maybe also Xbox. I don't know if I have that wrote down. But and it does have a platinum trophy for you trophy hunters out there. And And it can be a very easy one if you don't let certain things frustrate you in the end. Trust me, I thought it was going to be a hard one. It's really not, but you have to get used to it. So that is this review for Energy Invasion. And I would like to actually say to developer, I thank you for allowing me to review this game, and I hope to do more with you in the future. And for the rest of you, you take care, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.